Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. I appreciate you stopping by. Your support helps us to reach good people like you. So with that said, let's dive into something that might completely transform how you see relationships, self-worth, and personal boundaries. Today we're exploring what happens when you stop being available to everyone all the time. This isn't about becoming cold or distant. It's about understanding a profound psychological shift that occurs when you finally choose yourself first. Think about it for a moment. How often do you say yes when you really want to say no? How many times have you dropped everything to help someone who wouldn't do the same for you? If you're constantly available, always responding immediately, always putting others' needs before your own, you might be unknowingly diminishing your own value in the eyes of others and, more importantly, in your own eyes. The psychology behind this is fascinating. When we're always available, we create what psychologists call an availability bias. People begin to take our presence for granted because they know we'll always be there. It's human nature to value what's scarce and overlook what's abundant. When you're always accessible, you become background noise in people's lives rather than someone they genuinely appreciate and respect. Carl Jung, the renowned Swiss psychiatrist, understood this deeply through his concept of individuation. Jung believed that becoming a whole person requires establishing clear boundaries between yourself and others. He called this process individuation, the journey toward becoming your authentic self by integrating unconscious elements into conscious awareness. This process is impossible without healthy boundaries. Jung introduced the concept of a temenos, a sacred psychological space or container. This inner boundary creates a protected space where you can safely dialogue with different aspects of yourself. When you're constantly available to others, you're essentially allowing them to invade this sacred space, preventing you from developing a strong sense of self. The emotional toll of constant availability is significant. Research shows that people who struggle with boundaries often experience higher levels of anxiety, stress, and burnout. They become emotional sponges, absorbing everyone else's problems while neglecting their own needs. This leads to what psychologists call emotional dysregulation, the inability to manage your own emotional responses effectively. When you stop being available all the time, several powerful things begin to happen. First, you create space for self-reflection and personal growth. Without the constant demands of others, you can finally hear your own thoughts, understand your own needs, and develop a stronger sense of identity. Second, the people around you start to shift their behavior. Those who truly value you will respect your boundaries and make more effort to connect with you meaningfully. They'll appreciate the time you do spend with them because they know it's a choice, not an obligation. However, those who were simply using your availability for their own convenience may become frustrated or even angry. This reaction actually reveals their true intentions and helps you identify relationships that weren't serving you. The power of saying no cannot be overstated. Every time you say no to something that doesn't align with your values or priorities, you're saying yes to something that does. You're teaching people how to treat you and showing them that your time and energy have value. This isn't selfish, it's essential for psychological health. Jung emphasized that healthy boundaries are flexible, not rigid. A boundary that's too rigid leads to emotional numbness and isolation. A boundary that's too weak results in being overwhelmed by others' emotions and demands. The goal is to find that sweet spot where you can connect authentically with others while maintaining your own psychological integrity. Silence becomes a powerful tool in this process. When you stop immediately responding to every message, every request, every demand for your attention, you create space for intentionality. You can choose when and how to engage rather than simply reacting to whatever comes your way. This silence isn't passive, it's an active choice to prioritize your own well-being. The transformation that occurs when you stop being constantly available extends beyond just relationships. Your self-respect increases because you're finally honoring your own needs. Your confidence grows because you're making decisions based on your own values rather than others' expectations. Your energy levels improve because you're no longer constantly depleting yourself for others. This process requires what Jung called conscious unavailability. It's not about randomly disappearing or being inconsistent. It's about making deliberate choices about how you spend your time and energy. It means being present when you choose to be present and absent when you need to be absent. The people who matter will understand and respect this shift. They'll recognize that a person with healthy boundaries is actually more capable of genuine connection than someone who's always available but emotionally drained. Quality relationships require two whole people, not one person constantly giving and another constantly taking. Remember, you're not responsible for managing everyone else's emotions or solving everyone else's problems. You're responsible for your own well-being and growth. When you stop being available to everyone all the time, you become available to yourself in a way that might be completely new. This isn't about becoming selfish or uncaring. It's about recognizing that you can't pour from an empty cup. By taking care of yourself first, by establishing healthy boundaries, by choosing when and how to be available, you actually become more capable of showing up authentically for the people and situations that truly matter. The journey toward healthy boundaries is ongoing. It requires constant self-awareness and the courage to disappoint others in service of your own growth. But the freedom, peace, and authentic connections that result from this process make it one of the most valuable investments you can make in yourself. Thanks for watching. If you found this video helpful, please give it a like and subscribe for more content. I appreciate each and every one of you. See you in the next video.